Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Be English podcast. I'm your host, John Miller. It is wonderful to be here with you all today.
And I'm Emily Carter. Hi, everyone. We are so happy you tuned in. As always, our goal here is to help you learn English in a way that is simple, fun, and very encouraging.
That's right, Emily. We know that learning a new language can be a bit scary sometimes. But don't worry, we are here to speak slowly, clearly, and use vocabulary that helps you grow.
Exactly. We want you to feel comfortable. Just relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation. Today, we have a really exciting topic, don't we, John?
Oh, yes, it is one of my favorite things to talk about. Today, we are going to talk about a trip we will never forget. You know, that one holiday that stays in your memory forever?
Ooh, I love travel stories. Traveling is such a great way to learn about the world and, of course, practice English. So, John, are you ready to share your story?
I am definitely ready. And to all our listeners, please remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It helps us a lot. Now, let's get started.
So, John, when I say unforgettable trip, what comes to your mind first?
There are so many good memories. But if I have to choose just one, I would say my road trip to California in the United States. It was about 3 years ago.
Oh, wow, California. That sounds like a movie. Did you go to Los Angeles or San Francisco?
Actually, we did both. We started in San Francisco. It is such a beautiful city. We rented a car there because we wanted to drive down the coast, driving on the famous Highway 1.
Ah, I have heard of Highway 1. It is right next to the ocean, right?
Yes, exactly. To be honest, it was the most beautiful scenery I have ever seen. On one side, you have big green mountains. On the other side, you have the deep blue Pacific Ocean.
Ah, that sounds absolutely magical. I can imagine the wind in your hair and the sun shining. Who did you go with?
I went with my brother, Mike. We wanted to have a boys' trip. We didn't plan too much. We just wanted to drive, listen to music, and stop whenever we saw something interesting.
I think that is the best way to travel. Sometimes when you plan too much, it becomes stressful. Did you have a strict schedule?
Not at all. In fact, that's why it was so memorable. We just had a map and a car. We woke up early in the morning in San Francisco. We crossed the Golden Gate Bridge, which was huge and very red.
Yes, I have seen photos. It is very iconic. So you started driving south. How was the weather? California is usually sunny, isn't it?
Usually, yes, but funny story, the first day was actually quite foggy. San Francisco is famous for fog. We couldn't see the top of the bridge. But as soon as we drove south, the sky turned perfectly blue.
That is lucky. I hate driving in the rain or fog. It makes me nervous. So you were driving down the coast. Did you stop anywhere special?
Yes, we stopped in a small town called Monterey. It's a lovely fishing town. We walked around the harbor and saw sea lions.
No way. Real sea lions? Were they loud?
Oh, they were very loud. They were barking like dogs. Bark, bark! It was so funny. There were hundreds of them lying on the rocks, just sleeping and making noise.
That paints such a funny picture. I love seeing animals in the wild. So after Monterey, did you keep driving?
We did, and this is where the trip became really special. We drove through an area called Big Sur. Emily, you have to go there one day. The road is very high up on the cliffs. It feels like you're flying over the ocean.
That sounds a bit scary, actually. I'm afraid of heights. Was it dangerous?
A little bit. You have to drive carefully, but the view is worth it. We stopped the car to watch the sunset. The sun went down into the water, and everything turned orange and pink. It was silent, just the sound of the waves.
Ah, that sounds so peaceful. I think those are the moments we remember the most. Not the expensive hotels, but the quiet moments in nature.
I agree completely. It made me feel very small, but in a good way. But enough about my trip. I want to hear about yours. Emily, where's the place you'll never forget?
Well, mine is very different from yours, John. You went to the sunny coast of California. I went to the rainy Lake District in England.
Oh, the Lake District. That's a classic British holiday. I went there when I was a child. Did you stay in a hotel?
No, and that is why it was unforgettable. We went camping. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of camping usually. I like a soft bed and a hot shower.
I understand that. Sleeping on the ground can be uncomfortable. So, why did you decide to camp?
Well, my best friend, Sarah, loves nature. She convinced me. She said, Emily, it will be an adventure. So we packed a tent, sleeping bags, and lots of warm clothes.
And this is England, so I have to ask, did it rain?
Oh, John, did it rain? It poured. The first night, we set up the tent near a beautiful lake called Windermere. It was lovely in the afternoon. We had a picnic on the grass, but at night,
Uh-oh, I can guess what happened.
a wind came. The wind was howling, whoosh, and the rain was hitting the tent so hard. Tap, 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 tap. I thought the tent was going to fly away.
Oh no, were you scared?
A little bit, but mostly we were just laughing. It was so ridiculous. We were eating chocolate biscuits inside the tent, wearing all our sweaters, trying to stay dry.
That sounds like a true bonding experience. Shared suffering brings people together.
It really does. But you know, the next morning was the best part.
What happened in the morning?
I woke up very early, around 5 a.m. The rain had stopped. I unzipped the tent door and looked outside. Pause for effect. The lake was completely still. There was a little bit of mist over the water, and the mountains were reflected in the lake like a mirror.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
It was. It was so quiet. No cars, no people, just a few sheep eating grass nearby. Bah!
The sheep are everywhere in the Lake District.
They are. It felt like a different world. We made some hot coffee on a little camping stove and just sat there watching the sun come up over the hills. Even though I was cold and tired from the storm, I felt so happy.
That's beautiful, Emily. It's interesting, isn't it? Both of our stories have that same feeling, a moment of quiet beauty after a long journey.
Yes, that is true. You had the sunset in California, and I had the sunrise in the Lake District.
And both trips had some funny moments, too. My loud sea lions and your scary rainstorm.
Exactly. A trip isn't perfect without a few surprises. Actually, we had one more surprise on our trip. We tried to hike up a big hill called Scafell Pike.
Oh, that's the highest mountain in England. That's a difficult climb.
It was, and we got a little bit lost. We took the wrong path for about an hour. We met a very nice farmer with his dog who helped us find the way back.
That's lucky. People in the countryside are usually very friendly. Did you make it to the top?
We did. My legs were hurting so much, but the view from the top was amazing. We could see for miles and miles. I felt very proud of myself.
You should be. That's a great achievement. You know, talking about this makes me want to pack my bags right now.
Me too. I think it's time to plan a new adventure. Maybe I'll go somewhere sunny next time like you. No more rain for me.
And maybe I should try camping, although maybe I'll wait for summer. Well, listeners, we hope you enjoyed our stories today. It was so nice to remember those happy times.
Yes, it really was. Let's quickly look at some of the words we used today. We talked about scenery. Do you remember what that means?
Scenery is the natural features of a landscape considered in terms of their appearance, like the mountains, the ocean, or the forests.
Exactly. We also used the word memorable. If something is memorable, it means it's worth remembering or easily remembered, like John's sunset or my rainy night.
And we mentioned bonding. Bonding is the process of developing a close connection with someone, like Emily and her friend in the tent.
Those are great words to use when you tell your own travel stories. And speaking of your stories, we want to hear them.
Yes, please tell us about a trip you'll never forget. Did you go to the beach, the mountains, a big city, or maybe your grandmother's house?
Write your answer in the comments below. We love reading your stories. It helps us feel connected to you.
And if you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up and share it with a friend who's learning English. It really helps our channel grow.
Thank you so much for listening today. Remember, learning English is a journey, just like a road trip. Enjoy the ride.
Very well said, Emily. See you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.